Welcome back to Lisa Cooks Food. With Christmas plans out the window, we have this extra beef tenderloin that we need to cook before it goes bad.
So this here is 5 pounds. So I think that's gonna be about enough for the both of us.
Oh, sweetie, this is about 10 servings.
Lame.
Ow.
So what is beef tenderloin?
Well, this is the whole piece of meat from which we get filet steaks.
Filet is my favorite.
I know it
This is gonna be like a giant filet?
It is. It's gonna be very tender.
Okay, how are we gonna prepare this?
We are going to roast it in the oven. First, we're going to coat it in some herbs and garlic, roast it for a while to a nice medium rare.
And then we slice it up and eat.
Yes.
1 pound per person.
Don't get your hopes up.
Okay, all right, enough talking, let's get started.
The first step is to get this out of the package, rinse it off, and dry it really well. We'll come back here because you don't want to see what goes on in that sink.
We got these for Christmas. Did you get this for Christmas? I don't think so. Okay, well, I made a mistake and looked over there.
So I drained the fluids from the package, rinsed the beef, and have patted it dry. Now we're going to take a look and trim any bits of fat or tissue that we don't want to eat.
I think I've seen this thing in trimmers.
So anything like this.
Now filet is usually pretty lean,
Pretty
so you
lean.
shouldn't have to trim a ton, right?
Yes. Okay, so you'll notice that this tenderloin has a larger broad end and a skinny tail end. Now we want this to cook more evenly in the oven. So we're going to actually tie this up using butcher's twine. I like to just kind of fold this tail under until it matches the thickness of this over here. This other part here can be tucked under as well.
We're just gonna kind of use the twine to kind of bind it up together to try to make it roughly one thickness throughout.
Yes, because we want this to cook nice and evenly so we get the most portion of this beef to be medium rare.
That's right.
Would you like to learn to tie a tenderloin?
Sure.
All right, let me wash my hands and I'll walk you through it. This process is called trussing and it starts with a butcher's knot. So go ahead and make a loop.
What?
Make a loop.
What do you mean?
Make a loop.
Okay.
A butcher's knot. A butcher's knot. A butcher's knot starts with a loop, just like you would tie your shoes, kind of wrapping the ends together, but we do it a couple of more times.
Okay, and I have a bunch of extra here at the
Yes, we want some extra string at the end because we'll run it down the other side when we're done. Good, now you can put that loop over the end of this roast, tighten it up.
How tight are we talking?
Pretty tight. We want it to hold together, yes.
Okay.
And then go ahead and tie a knot to hold that in place. So this end we just leave for later. Now we're going to make a loop from this connected string and flip it under the roast and back this way. And we want to kind of line them up every 2 inches or so.
Okay.
Then tighten that up so that you have kind of a straight line here and it makes a square there on top of the roast. Now repeat that process until you get to the end, loop after loop.
My graboid's getting away from me.
Look at you cooking real food.
I'm tying up an alien creature of some kind.
Now we turn the roast over. We're going to make sure that the string is a little longer than the roast, cut off the excess, and then we wrap this twine around this direction as well. We'll take the twine, pass it up, come back under.
Not a clean process.
If you make friends with your butcher, they might do this for you.
This is evidence that we're not friendly enough with our butcher.
Well, the discount store won't do it for us. All right, then we flip it over one more time, and now we can bring this end to meet this one, make one more butcher's knot. So now we should have a nice, tidy piece of beef that's relatively even in diameter. Ready to season?
I'm ready to wash my hands.
Yes, let's. We're gonna mix up quite a few herbs and spices so that we can get a nice crust on top of this. I'm gonna have you put 1.5 tablespoons of salt while I grind 1/2 tablespoon of pepper. I'll be here all day.
Yeah, getting that arm workout.
Okay, that's probably good enough.
Yes.
Now we're gonna add a tablespoon each of granulated garlic, onion powder, and dried thyme. So this is quite a bit of spices, but it is coating the entire outside of this, and it will create a nice crust. All right, go ahead and stir that up. Now, dear, when you think of juicy, tender steak, what's the one thing that can make that better?
Bacon?
Yes. To get these herbs to stick to our tenderloin, we are going to coat this in bacon drippings. That's fat, y'all. And then sprinkle these on. This is my handy dandy bacon grease. You need about 1/4 cup.
This bacon grease lid has a pig head on it.
It's the bacon bin. So I'm just going to pour a little bacon drippings on top here. Would you like to use your hands, or do you want me to do it?
You're there, you can go for it.
We're just coating the whole thing in
Baby
fat.
oil.
Now, because my hands look like this, I'm going to have you be my sprinkler. I'm starting on what I'm considering the bottom side, the side that has kind of all the folded in bits that we tied up. So then that way when we flip it and do the other side, it won't be marred by the cutting board.
All right, so it's a...
Sprinkle it on top and I'll rub it in. Just kind of making sure that it sticks really well. And then now we'll do the other side. Oh, I missed the end. Do you have some? Now, we're ready to put this on a baking sheet. I'm gonna wash my hands.
Thank you.
Doug, you're going to put this roast right here in the middle of this pan.
Just grab it like this.
Yep.
For this one at 5 pounds, this will be in the oven for about 45 minutes.
Perfect.
Let's do it.
We're looking for an internal temperature of 120 degrees for medium rare. Now we just cover this with foil and we have to wait.
What?
Yes, it's got to rest for 10 minutes to bring the middle up to medium rare temperature and let the juices settle.
But I don't like waiting. Okay, through the magic of television.
I'm ready to slice this and eat it.
Yes.
I'm gonna transfer the beef onto a cutting board.
Okay, so this still has the string on it.
Right, nobody likes to eat string, so we're gonna cut that off.
You're just snipping at each knot.
So the very end will likely be more done than medium rare, as the heat will travel in from the ends. But right around here, it should get, you can slice it up, serve it with vegetables, and I guarantee you'll enjoy this. Tell you what, I don't have anything more to say about this.
Then why are we filming?
I think we turn these cameras off and eat it.
Okay. Well, if you like this, maybe as much as Lisa seems to be enjoying it, which I'm not sure is possible, hit thumbs up, hit subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Wait, we made bacon.